It's 5:30, so we'd like to call this meeting to order. We have no petitions from the audience at this time. We'd like to discuss possibly approve the minutes of the April 11th, 2023 regular meeting. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion?
I'll second the motion. Any discussion?
No.
Call for a vote.
Shropshire,
Yes?
Chitwood.
Abstain.
Okay. Mayor's report?
All right. So we're still trying to pull up get some final numbers and things as we go. We talked about that. Sales tax reported for May, we have 893,277. So that's 32,000 over the last month. But we're still 65,142 over last year, or under last year. I apologize. So I think we're going to come a little low on that. Annually, we are at 9,441,451 and 86 cents. So we're going to need about 860 to come up in the neighborhood where we were for last year. So that's doable. If you look at the trend from the following years, 860 is right in line with that. Use tax, 96,980 and 6 cents. Reported in the May column there, we are 18,723 over last month, and 19,868 over last year.
So that's 95,980 then, 66?
Yes.
Okay.
And so for the year, currently we're at 9 million. I'm sorry, not 9 million, 9,000 or 900,007. I'm gonna start a minute over.
Too many numbers.
Do what?
Too many numbers.
Yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
too many numbers.
And I've got pencil scratch in there too, so I apologize. And we're at 975,300 for the year. Okay, so to follow trend, put us in the neighborhood of 100,000. We'll probably fall a little short if we get to the 100,000. So we're 185,799 under year end of last year. So tobacco totals continued to decline. Two-edged sword there. You know, we want to see healthier living, less tobacco, I guess.
Yep.
But we also lose out on dollars. So 5,951 and 36 cents puts us 868 under last month and 1,743.59 under last year. So where we are right now for the fiscal year, we're about 18,000 under last year. So we're at 64,352. So, you know, I imagine there we'll see a drop, about a $10,000 drop from last year. You know, speaking and looking at trends. So that's where we're at. Do you have any questions on that?
Not this time. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you.
Okay, number 5, discuss possibly recommend council action to equip a 2022 Chevy Traverse detective vehicle with lights, siren, and radio. Equipment cost is $6,158.47. And installation labor cost is $1,800 for a total of $7,958.47. $2,619 from account number 969655528 and $5,339.47 from Police Drug Forfeitures 2020 donations account number 969655555. Do I have a motion?
Your motion?
Second, call for discussion. Okay.
So the Traverse is a detective vehicle, and I don't know when they bought it, but it doesn't have radio in it, doesn't have any sirens in it. It doesn't have to be equipped as much as the other vehicles do, but I mean, it needs to have some lights, siren, and radio in it, so that's what we're going for on that.
what I'm looking at here, and this is just, as you heard what the mayor was going through earlier, we're falling short of where we were last year. In this budget and everything that we were looking at, it looks like right now that, there's $24,530 in the drug forfeitures account, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and that 8,400, there's.
We separated this one out,
Yes,
taking up
and
a
the
couple of counts.
$5,339.47 is from the 965-5528 account. All right,
Which is a donations account that we had for our light
Right.
bar.
okay, so what we're looking at here is your account's gonna be probably completely gone by the end of the year. I mean, it's gonna be, you've got this much spent and this much year left, and we're running down to the point to where we're not, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it. Is there a way that we could hold this off until we figure the new budget and get that worked in?
It's not conducive of good law enforcement practice, because he can't run any calls. He can't hear his radio in the car, and you'll see all the cars on here.
How
These
are they-
funds are earmarked
How are they
for
doing it
donations.
now?
But they're not.
So they're not going on any calls?
Well, they are, but like maybe a handheld or whatever, but it's not, if you're driving around in a car, it's hard to hear this sitting on top of you. You can't run faster than speed limits. You can't do anything like that
Sure, I
without light
understand.
sirens. And-
It seems like the last meeting we had, and we talked with you, that it looked like all we needed, that all the equipment was there for, it was there for those vehicles, and all you needed was the 1,800 basically to have to have the stuff installed.
That was 2022 Ford Explorers. These are different vehicles. These vehicles are also not equipped. Those ones that were brought before the board were the 2022 Ford Explorers that, already had the loan on them. These are different vehicles that we have now.
These are,
These are 3 different vehicles, plus those 6, which all don't have equipment in them.
okay,
None of these have any equipment at all in them. The funds that these are coming out of is donations and forfeiture funds, which can't be touched anyway, except for this. They're earmarked for that.
right.
And that light bar account's been there for a long time. And then the drug forfeiture is from seized drug money that has to be used for equipment, things like that for the police
Sure.
department. They can't be used for anything else.
Well, now, I'm probably gonna get out of order here, but if I'm looking at everything you've got down through here, all of this stuff that you're wanting to do, you're gonna end up out of that $24,530 with only $8,699 left in that account.
Correct. It'll be something to that, yeah, because we took out several different accounts, but yeah,
Yeah,
it'll run that drug forfeiture fund down.
yeah, that'll be just about all of it. But in other words, you're saying you can't do business like you're doing business today without this.
Correct. It's not good. So just an example, we had an officer yelling for help, and I went to get in my car. It doesn't have lights, siren, and I'm talking, we're at the police department, and this is out by the district, so 5-6 miles south during high peak traffic, and I can't get in my car because you can't get out there fast enough. I hopped in with Officer Couch, who drives a truck, and you should have seen us try to get through traffic in a truck.
Yeah.
You just can't see it. So if there's an emergency situation, they're not gonna be able to respond to those situations in those vehicles at all the way they're equipped. And our fleet is in major problems. We've got 12 units that have, so you got 2020s, 6 of them. 4 of those are trucks, I believe, and they're probably in the 50,000 range or a little less. Then you've got the 2022s, we got 6 of those, we got 12 newer units, and then you drop down to 2018s and you're pushing 100,000 miles or more on over half our fleet of units, which, Captain Trammell can tell you, we're gonna be running into some major problems if we don't start doing something with vehicles, so.
I know you got a pretty good maintenance record. I mean,
Correct, and rigging these out will help, like my unit, if something goes down on patrol and somebody needs a unit, they can come grab my unit as far as a backup unit, I wouldn't want to use it all the time, but if they need it for patrol
Sure.
to get us through, that's what we're trying to do. Get vehicles where they should be, equipped out. And like I said, it's coming out of that donation fund and the forfeiture fund, which is all earmarked
Okay.
for that kind of stuff. And I know it's gonna run it down, but I don't really foresee us having a choice on that matter.
Okay,
Because you also got lead times. So you're gonna get, the approval tonight, then we gotta go before council, then we have to order the equipment, and there's lead times on equipment, and then you've gotta get vehicles set to rig out. I mean, there's a big lead time to try to get things done.
okay. So just about everything you got in here is coming out of that drug forfeiture.
The majority of it is, and I've got it broken down, I can go back through. On this one, we're taking some out of the light bar donation, which was $26.19.
Yeah,
And then the rest of that one comes out of that drug forfeiture fund.
yeah, I think the other ones also come out of there. Okay.
And then we're getting ready to hire the school resource officer, which I know I'm jumping, but he's gonna have to have a unit too. And so that other unit that's sitting there, all it has is a radio in it, and 0 lights, no siren.
So what's his function gonna be?
Well, he'll be patrol during the summer, but he's also assigned to the school, but if there's an emergency call come out,
Okay. All right, Randy? You got a discussion on that?
No, he's explained, Jeremy's explained it well, our chief has explained it well,
Okay.
and where the monies are coming from, and he is correct, the money is earmarked for equipment.
So,
And
I guess the deal is now, do we push it forward to, council? And we'll probably have the same discussion in council.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I don't mind.
That's just where it's gotta go.
yes, I said we push it forward to council, and council will talk to this. And it's not any additional funds that's coming out of the regular budget, so.
No, it's not a general fund or anything.
No.
Okay, call for a vote.
Chitwood,
Yes,
Shropshire.
Yes, we'll push it forward to council on that one. Number 6, discuss possibly recommend council action to equip a 2021 Chevy Tahoe, which is a chief's vehicle, with lights, sirens, gun mounts, and radio. Equipment cost $8,491.55, and installation labor is $2,000, for a total of $10,491.55 from the police drug forfeitures 2020 donations, account number 969655555. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
And second, discussion. Well, we're back to the same thing.
Yep.
So that's another $10,491 out of that $24,530 account. And like you say, that's for that particular reason. It's for equipment for the vehicles.
Correct.
So, any discussion, Randy?
No, I believe that chief has a good plan here, put the vehicles down, they can use his, which was equipped, and, to be more responsive and safe.
Okay, you got anything to add, chief?
No, I agree. I mean,
Okay,
in order to get to where we need to be, it's a necessary expense.
all right, and we'll call for a vote.
Shropshire,
Yes, we'll take it to council.
Chitwood,
Yes,
Okay. Number 7, discuss possibly recommend council action to equip a 2018 Ford Explorer SRO vehicle with lights and siren. Equipment cost is $7,347, and installation labor cost is $1,800, for a total of $9,147 from the police repair and maintenance account 02-215-5091. Call for a motion.
oh, I'm sorry, motion?
And motion is seconded. Okay, discussion. It looks like in that account right now that you have like $32,730.88. Is that about where you're at on it?
The one I have shows 34,713.42, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you've probably got the March, I got the April.
I've got April 30th.
Okay, I may have misread it. Anyway, that's more than enough to cover that one.
Um,
And what's, that's for the schools and stuff?
That vehicle, yes, will be going to the school resource officer that's gonna be hired.
Okay, all right. And same guy at, Big Cabin's gonna deck them out for you?
Up in Langley,
Or Lane,
Yeah.
okay, I was thinking Big Cabin, okay,
or Visual Force, depends who gets it first, but I mean, he's probably gonna get those first.
okay. Any discussion?
No?
Okay, call for a vote.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes, we'll send it ahead to, council for, consideration. Okay, discuss possible action regarding contract with, Buffy's House Cleaning to clean the new police department twice weekly at a cost of $400 per week from account number 02-215-5011. 3 other companies were asked to bid but declined. Call for a motion.
I make the motion.
Second the motion, discussion.
So on this one, Duke was hired as maintenance / custodian. He's submitted his resignation letter.
Okay.
I believe he's now on leave until May 19th when he resigns. Part of that was cleaning that new police department. It's a large facility, and it's getting pretty worn in places as far as like dirt and trash and the bathrooms at the training rooms in use, and those bathrooms get heavy use. There's some definitely heavy cleaning that's needed. That's where some of that money will be made up from, will be those salaries that he was gonna be paid.
Right, that's from the police salaries.
Correct.
That's the line item for police salary.
And that, to get us through the fiscal year, that's $2,400. Say it gets through council approval next week, she would start the following week, it's twice a week, she's figuring 6 hours a time or so to 7, so up to 15 hours a week, twice a week, to keep it clean.
Okay, okay. Does anybody do anything for the fire side, or?
The fire guys are there, you know, they're just a lot smaller in their day room and stuff, they don't have near the facility that we have as far as the area, so they just kinda keep their own.
Okay, okay, so this isn't gonna get both of them, it's just gonna get your side?
It gets the lobby, it gets the training room, which is
Okay.
kind of shared area,
Okay.
but it covers that, you know, those restrooms out in the lobby,
Okay,
and then all the police department side.
okay, all right, that's quite a bit, that's a pretty good size area. Okay, discussion, Randy?
No. She- You answered my question. She said about 6, 7 hours a day.
Yeah, that's what she's figuring.
This,
And she said she could adjust, depending if it's less, she may come down, but that's,
it's gonna be like $10 an hour job or something, isn't it?
yeah, I think up to 15 an hour, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, it needs to be taken care of, it's brand new,
Correct.
we don't need to let it go down. Okay, call for a vote.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Okay. Discuss possibly recommend council action regarding creating a new position for records clerk at the Pryor Creek Police Department. Call for motion.
Make that motion.
Second that motion, call for discussion.
And, okay.
So on this one, Natalie has been doing our records clerk duties right now, so she's kind of fills in for dispatch, trying to help out. She's also doing our records, and now she's doing our open records request, so somebody calls up there needs watch guard video or report, she's starting to get hit with all that. There's administrative duties we're tasking her with, and Captain Trammell can speak to some of that as far as the duties that she's been doing. We truly need her full-time in records and administrative assistant. I think police records clerk is kind of the job description that we came up with. It should have been done. There used to be one a long time ago, and they kind of did away with it. And like I said, she would still be available to help. You'll see a line out down as far as for a communication officer, but she would still be able to help, you know, if we get in a bind. Because like the other day, we had to pull a police officer in there to cover dispatch because they had a training and things like that. So there's just a lot more to that job that's coming up. And the more technology increases, the more we get open records requests and administrative duties,
Yeah.
the more it's gonna get. It's kind of overwhelming for her.
Okay, so you don't have one now that's just somebody that's kind of coming off dispatch?
She's
trying to-
a dispatch / records clerk. I mean, she's
Okay.
been doing records, but she also, like, she's working today, and now tomorrow she's gotta come back at 3 o'clock, dispatch in the evening time. You know, so we're not gonna have anybody, somebody calls in for records requests, they're not getting
They're
anything
not gonna
tomorrow.
have anybody, are they?
Correct.
Okay.
Troy, our policy requires that all of our open records go through the records office for personnel, and she's the one tasked with it.
Okay.
She also handles all of our Spillman for our RMS. She does all the back end with it, with any kind of tickets we start. If there's troubleshooting, she handles our IVers. She works with the OSBI or whoever it may be with our RMS as well. So when we say she multitasks, we have her assigned to a
A lot of
different-
stuff, huh?
Yeah, between records and open records, that takes quite a bit of the time.
Mhm.
And of course, with the RMS, that takes up another substantial amount. And then, like you said, we task her with some administrative. She helps investigations when they have additional requests for records and such, so.
Okay, yeah. So there's definitely a reason to have her, huh?
Definitely a need.
Yeah, okay. Well, that sounds good. Randy, you got any comments?
We have a new position, and we're gonna come up with a job description.
We have
salary.
that.
You have all that?
Mm-hmm. Already drawn. I don't know if you want a copy of it. I can give you guys a copy if you want one.
Just make sure we have it for the.
Okay,
for the
council.
Council,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Which,
We
It-
can only pass it. to
It was
someone.
there a long time ago, so we went part of it, but of course, technology's changed over
Sure.
the last 15 years, so.
Mhm.
I think Lois Smith was the last one that was actually just records.
it's been a
Okay.
while.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna include it in the budget for next year. If this
Correct,
gets
it'll be in the
approved.
police salaries and budget, for next year. Her increase, she goes, it's $1,200 a year increase for her
Right.
position.
She goes from 40,316 to 41,526.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Okay, any further questions or
Nope.
discussion? All right, call for a vote.
Chitwood,
Yes,
Shropshire.
Yes. Okay, now we'll go right along with it here. Discuss possibly recommend council action regarding promotion of Natalie Mayer from dispatcher to police records clerk at range U, step 2, annual wage of $41,526. Call for motion.
make that motion.
Second to motion, call for discussion. That's basically what we've been
Correct.
talking about.
Yeah, we've been talking about that, so
Yeah, she went.
can we take action on a classification, on a job description we don't even have yet?
Well, I'm not sure about that part.
I've got the
I under-
job, if you want it, I mean, I can give it to you, or.
No, I understand where we're going, but we don't even have the position created yet. Does it,
So the position was there as far as records clerk, and I got with Lisa, and she went through and created that position. I worked with her before the budget, I think it was last week. She created all the job description and stuff that we would need. And I assumed it was in your packet, but maybe it wasn't.
I didn't see it, but I'm not gonna say that Lisa doesn't have it, but I just haven't seen it.
But I've got it right here.
Okay, well, that'll be good then. That way to make it legal for us. These fun ones are the first ones, aren't they?
Huh?
These meetings are fun
Yeah.
the first time, aren't they? Okay. All right, so now we do have the job description. Do you have a copy of these, Darla?
No, I didn't get that.
Okay, all right. It's pretty much like about everything else in the minimum requirements, but up here, the essential duties. And of course, she is Spillman trained because that's.
Correct, she does our training
She's
for
the
our
one that's
officers.
doing it, so. Okay. All right, that pretty much makes it a legal request then, doesn't it? Any more questions, Randy?
no,
Do we need to, do I need to amend this? I'm gonna amend that to discuss possibly recommend council action regarding promotion of Natalie Mayer from dispatcher to police records clerk at range U, step 2, annual wage of $41,526 in accordance with job description of same. Would that work for
and
you?
approval of the new position.
Okay, yeah, and approval of
That's
the
why,
position. That
Yeah,
way-
she's basically gonna be promoted to that position, 'cause
Right.
that's what she's doing anyway, but we created, since the position was so old, Lisa said we probably need to create the position again
Okay,
with updated, information.
Because I'm sure it didn't have Spillman and all that other stuff on it.
Correct, it was all like
Yeah.
seriously old, like in the eighties probably.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm sure you have that, don't you, Darla?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Okay, call for a vote.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Chitwood.
Yes.
Okay. Discuss possible recommend council action regarding applications for new dispatch position at the Pryor Creek Police Department. Call for a motion.
Make that motion.
Second the motion, discussion. Okay, so this is to replace her.
That would be replacing her, and so we're not gonna fill Duke's position. Duke was actually under dispatch, he came over as an A operator making the 46. An entry-level dispatcher makes 37, which is 88.37. We're gonna be a little short, but we got plenty of room in salaries, because they had 3 officers budgeted for the year,
Right.
and we didn't fill any of those. So we got room to move a little bit of that with the cleaning plus her. It's gonna be a little over what Duke's salary was, but it'll well make up with the
Are
what we
we
have in
gonna,
salaries.
are we gonna try to get those new officers in next year, or are we gonna?
I was gonna talk to Zach, and we're gonna have to see, what we wanna see where the
Money's at.
budget is. I mean,
Yeah.
if we could, yes, but we just have to see where the budget falls for next
Yeah,
year.
we're kinda wondering about where the budget's gonna go
Correct.
next year. It's
Yeah,
kinda one
we're
of those-
gonna wait, we'll wait till after for anything
And-
else.
I know this sounds weird, everybody uses this as an excuse, but COVID threw a curve to everybody, and then inflation went up, and everything went up, and then inflation is dropping now, so our tax income is dropping along with inflation, so it's kind of a crazy thing right now, for sure. Okay, we do have a job description for the
Of those that
dispatchers.
we're adding. So with Duke leaving and creating opening a new position, refilling an older position, your personnel count's gonna stay the same,
Correct,
other than
the
the
cleaning.
cleaning person. Okay.
Yep, other than
Which is
that, we're not,
contract.
we'll just basically, Duke's leaving, that dispatcher would take that spot.
Okay.
And then a contract employee for the cleaning.
Okay, any further discussion? All right, call for a vote.
Chitwood.
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes. Okay, discuss possibly recommend council action regarding promotion of Haley Bogle to dispatch supervisor at the Pryor Creek Department at Range U, Step 2, annual wage $41,526. I have a motion.
Make that motion.
Second to motion, discussion. Okay, so is this taking, Mrs. Mayor's place?
No, so Sarah Brown, she's an officer, Officer Brown. She is tasked with the communication supervisor duties right now. She gets a specialty pay for that, which is like $175 a month.
Okay.
She requested that she didn't want to do that no more. She wants to focus more on her officer duties. So she's gonna relinquish that $175 a month specialty pay.
Okay.
And she, she's been working with the dispatcher. She said that Haley was the one that she would recommend to be the communication supervisor. And I agree that it should be a dispatcher being the one over the communications, not an officer. It just kind of pulls them too many different ways. When she was doing it, we didn't have much options at the time, but Haley's been a dispatch supervisor before. She's been in law enforcement a long time.
So-
And her increase would only go, it's a $1,200 increase, $1,210 increase. Sarah would drop $2,100.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
actually saves some money there.
correct. And
Yeah, because she's at $40,316 right now, and so she'll move up to the $41,526.
she would take over the dispatch supervisor duties.
Okay,
Then you have a little extra for you, yeah.
yeah, you need to have
And
that.
Sarah's aware, I explained to her, she'll lose her specialty pay. She understood that.
Okay,
It was her request.
okay, further discussion?
No, it's good.
All right, call for a vote.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Chitwood.
Yes.
Okay, discuss possible recommend council action regarding pay application number 3. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
To Envision Civil Contractors LLC for 2022 Whitaker Park Tennis Facility Parking Improvement Project Number PRY 21-07 in the amount of $15,990, originally to be paid from Parks Capital Outlay 4444554415. This will not be paid from that account. Payment will come from Park Outside Services account number 02-219-5075 in the amount of $10,000, and the Park Repair and Maintenance account 02-219-5091 in the amount of $5,990. Do I have a motion?
Have a motion?
Motion, second, discussion. It looks like that the 02-219-5075 is actually $10,000 in that account, so that wipes that one clean. And then the park repair and maintenance account, 02-219-5091 has $8,198.30, and the amount needed is $5,990. So the money is there to do it. We're gonna
Correct.
have to pay for it because they've already done the work.
Well, and if you remember, this was on the, and Randy, I don't think you were there the last council meeting, so as the agenda was put forth for the last council meeting, the fund that was originally gonna come out of the 44, 445, 5415 did not have even close to sufficient funds to cover that.
Nope.
We've still got another 5,000 that's gotta be paid at the same time, but that will come out of that account. Isn't that what we agreed? That would stay out of that account. So we went in, and that's why we kind of backed ourselves out of the capital outlay, the 44s, and we stepped into his O2s. We've talked to Frank, he's aware, we've looked at it a couple times. This will give us sufficient to pay and not really, we're not gonna feel, but we need to get that paid for
Yeah, we
Mr.
do.
Powell, so.
If they've done the work, we have to pay them. I mean, that's just
Correct.
the way it works.
Yeah, that makes life easier when you do that.
Yeah,
It helps, doesn't it?
very much so.
So
Yeah.
that's, Courtney and I've looked at that, Frank and I've looked at that, everybody's been around that. And that really is kind of the best way to do it, and that way we're not zeroing out an account and running it over balance,
Right.
and then trying to go back and fill it up later. That way, the funds are moved and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate
That's
that.
good.
All right, any more discussion?
Nope.
Call for a vote.
Chitwood,
Yes,
Shropshire.
Yes. Okay, no unforeseen business, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
motion?
Second the motion, call for a vote.
Shropshire,
Yes,
Chitwood.
Yes.
we are adjourned.